Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how to achieve this beautiful makeup look. If you're interested in seeing how I did it, please keep watching. Changes to come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. Life must go on. Alright, so I'm starting off with my brows. And for the brow section, I will be speeding up the video a little bit. I just wanted to show you this pencil that I'm using. So this pencil has two tips. As you can see, this end is the retractable tip, and it has an angled look. It actually is an angled pencil, and this side is actually flat. I really like the way this pencil does the application in terms of outlining and also filling in the brows. It's easy to use. I think the color is really nice. It's not too dark, but at the same time it's not too light. And I mean, you can actually build up on it. So if you want it a bit darker, you can build up on the color or the pigment, and it actually gets darker. I don't use the other section because it kind of it looks more like an ink kind of color, and I just really don't like the way it works. I tried it once, didn't like it, never tried it again. I don't know, maybe I was doing something wrong. I might attempt another time, but for now I don't use that section. Now in terms of getting a detailed eyebrow, I actually did one of those videos on my channel already, so if you want to see how I did a detailed brow, you can watch that video. I can link it down below. So that section I speed up. Now I'm just slowing down a little bit just to show you the rest of the makeup application. So this foundation that I'm using is in the shade 111. I think it's Soft Sable. If I fail to mention the products in terms of names and in terms of the exact shades that I'm using, don't worry, I'll put them in the description box down below so you guys can see exactly what I am using in this video. Now for this application, I'm blending from the middle part of my face going outwards, and I'm using this blending brush sponge, this blending sponge from Real Techniques. Now after blending, if there are any areas that looks a bit patchy, I'll just reapply and just blend that out. Now for the next step of the makeup, I'll be using this concealer from e.l.f. and I'm just going to be highlighting the T-zone areas of my face along with the Y-zone area of my face. So the T-zone would be the forehead, coming down to the nose area, and of course the Y-zone will be from the eyes coming towards the chin area. And I'm using the same beauty blender to blend this out. I'm using the opposite section from the side that I use for the foundation. And just in case you're wondering, the skin was already prepped for makeup application. You can watch that video on my channel. Now, important thing when you're using concealer, it's important to just dab when you're blending versus wipe. If you try to wipe, you're actually going to move the makeup around. So you just dab and allow it to, just be absorbed into the skin. Now I'm using this loose powder from Fit Me. I think this one was in the shade 350. Like I said, don't worry about the products. I'll link them in the description down below so you guys can see what shade and what brand I'm using. Now I'm using this smaller brush to apply the setting powder to the small parts of my face and also the creases, those areas where the bigger brush may not get to. And once I'm done with the smaller areas, then I'll be using a bigger brush to apply some setting powder to the rest of my face. Alright, so here I'm going in with a bigger brush and I'm just going to dust this lightly over the rest of my face. Next, I'm going to be using a shade that is a little bit darker, and I'll be using that on the outer parts of my face. So, you know, the forehead areas, just to ensure a smooth transition. This also makes it look more natural, especially the hairline area. You don't want your face looking white and then there's just an abrupt separation between your hairline and the rest of your face. So by using a darker shade on the outer areas, this is actually going to give it a nice transition. Also, the darker shade will actually give some amount of contouring in the areas that you really need it. So it's not a contour palette, but because it's darker than my natural skin complexion, it does give me some amount of contour. I'm also going to be using this to contour my nose as well. I guess based on the angle that I'm at and also based on my lighting, you won't be able to see much contour that's done on the face. I mean, it's visible a bit, but you'll definitely see it on the nose. You can clearly see the lines that I'm making on my nose for the contour. So I like to use this. It's really lightweight, and like I said, because of the darkness, I actually use it instead of a contour palette a lot of the times. I also like to use it if I use like a foundation that's a little bit lighter than my own skin. I like to use this darker powder to just tone it down a bit, and it usually, you know, just balance everything out so that it looks like my own skin complexion. But that takes a little bit of practice, you know, a little bit of experiment to see what works with what. Alright, so now I'm using this loose powder from Maybelline New York, and I will be doing a little bit of baking underneath the eyes. The powder is also going to be in place to catch any falling out of the eyeshadow that I'll be using. So, you know, usually the eyeshadow, if it's very loose, you'll have pigments falling out onto your face, and you don't want at the end of your makeup application, when you're done, your face has all different colors from the eyeshadow. So this is actually going to allow the eye, if there's a fallout, which there will be, if there are any fallouts, then the powder will be in place to prevent that from getting onto your skin, because you can just brush it away and there will, you know, everything will just brush away, leaving just the skin and just the makeup that you have done. So now I'm using this palette from CoverGirl. I think it's True Naked Days, and I'm going in with this beautiful pink color from the palette. I think this is a rose pink color. It has a tad bit of shimmer in it, so I'm using it as my transition color. And then I'm going in with a blue on top of that. So I'm just blending that on the upper parts of my lids, and I'm blending that up towards the eyebrow as well. And then I'm going in with the blue on top of that. And I think the blue goes really nice with the pink. Where the blue and the pink meets, it actually has a pretty color, like a purple. You know, pink and blue will actually give you purple, red and blue give you purple as well. So pink will definitely give you a lighter shade purple, and I think it looks really pretty. So these colors really blend well. They are from the same palette, and they are both a bit shimmery, so they really complements each other. Now, the importance in using eyeshadows for blending is to blend as best as you can. Ensure that you have a good application brush. This brush that I'm using is from e.l.f., and I use that to blend, if not all, most of my eyeshadow application, because I love the way it blends the makeup out. Alright, for the inner corner of my eyes, I am using a light goldish shimmer color. So it has a little bit of shimmer in it. and the color is really light. It's not too much. I'm using that in the inner corner of the eyes only. That's the only area that I want to have a little bit of shimmer. And for the outer corner of the eyes, I am going to be using a little bit of black eyeshadow just to intensify the outer corner only, and that's going to give it a nice smoky effect, and that's the actual look that I was aiming for. So I'm just gonna allow you guys to watch and see what I am doing. Now, if you have watched my video thus far and you are enjoying my content, please subscribe down below and remember to turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're enjoying my videos so far. And of course, if you have any video suggestions, any content suggestions, be sure to share that in the comment section down below as well. And also remember to share this video with your friends and with a friend of a friend. Right, so this is a little trick that I have come up with. Usually I have a bit of difficulty applying my eyeliner to my bottom waterline, so I like to pull it down a bit. Now, if I don't put any powder on my finger, then of course the makeup on my skin is going to transfer to my finger, and sometimes I have to reapply like some powder or something wherever my fingers were. So by adding a little bit of the loose powder onto my fingers, this actually allows me to pull the lid down just slightly, and of course there will be no transfer of makeup from my skin onto my fingers. Now, after applying the eyeliner into my waterline, I'm just going back in with a little bit of the black eyeshadow, and I'm just smoking that liner out, and that's going to give it a real beautiful smoky effect. And you guys can already see how beautiful these colors are blending together, and of course you can see the direction that this makeup look is going already, even though it's not completed as yet. I will be applying some lashes off camera. I'm also going to be doing applying some mascara to my lower lashes as well. But before I do that, I'm just using the same shade of blue that I did blend onto my eyelids. I'm using some of that onto the bottom lashes. And this is going to ensure that everything balances out. So, you know, the same colors that I use on top, I'm using it at the bottom as well. And this is going to make everything just blend seamless. And I did use this Lash Paradise lash mascara. I don't have much lashes, but of course the mascara does give me a little bit more volume, so that's why I like to use mascara. I don't have much lashes, but it does make me look as if I have some amount of lashes, especially on my bottom lash. So now I'm just brushing away the loose powder, and as you can see, there are no pigments left on my skin. You can't see any of the eyeshadow fall out on my skin because the loose powder trapped that, and once I brush the loose powder away, everything will be brushed off as well. Now I'm using this Seduction blush from CoverGirl. It is really beautiful. This blush is seamless. You can use a whole lot if you want to be extra and it doesn't look too much, and you can just use a little bit for something that looks more natural. I just really love it. I don't think there's a need for me to have a second blush. This is really beautiful. If you do it really lightly, it looks natural, and if you use a lot, it still doesn't look overpowering, and it does have a hint of shimmer on it as well, a little bit of shimmer. So I really love this blush, and I will not be using any other blush anytime soon. Alright, so once that is done, I'm just going to use some highlight. in the inner corner of my eyes. Well, you know, actually I won't be using it in the inner corner of my eyes because I did use the eyeshadow that has some amount of shimmer in the inner part of my eyes already. So I'm just going to be using this on the cheekbones, and I'm going to be using it on the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and of course I will be highlighting my eyebrow as well. So just below the brow I will be applying some of this highlighter in that area. And the brushes that I use in this makeup application are from Real Techniques. Also the sponges from Real Techniques, I think I did mention that earlier as well. And with this highlighter that I'm using, a little does go a long way, so I just use a little bit, and as you can see, just a touch, and it's really illuminating. Now I'm using a smaller application brush to apply the highlighter beneath my brows. That's right on the brow bone, and that should do it for the eye application and the rest of my face application. Now I'm going to finish off the lips using a very light brown pencil, and I'm going to be lining the lips with that. And once I finish lining my lips, I'm going to be using a matte liquid lipstick. I decided not to use a gloss on top of it because I really wanted to have that matte look, but if you choose to do a makeup look like this, you can add gloss on top of the matte lipstick, and that will actually convert it to a very nice glossy lips, and that will actually make your lips look a bit plump and really nice and juicy. But I decided to go matte today because the eyes already have some shimmer going on, so the lips are going to be matte in today's tutorial. And last but not least, I'll be adding some setting spray to my face. So I'm going to be using this matte finish setting sprays Lasting Fix from Maybelline New York, and I'm just going to spritz the face with that and allow this to dry. And then I'm going to be right back with the final look. There we have it. This is the final look, you guys. I think this makeup application was really beautiful. It is fierce, but I really love it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.